Hey everybody, Pastor Vern for September 18th, 2020. It's a Friday. Coming to you with our daily updates for today. We've been talking about the books of the Bible. We're working our way through the New Testament. We're getting quite a ways through it, folks. One of the reasons we do this is to give you some information, some knowledge, because a lot of us are not out and about like we'd like to be, and so maybe some home study is in a good place to be doing some home study. And today we're going to talk about Philemon. I don't have to tell you how many chapters in because it's one page basically. It's one chapter. There's not. It's a short letter that was written by Paul for a very special occasion. Philemon was a master and had several slaves, and one of the slaves ran away. Um, and this slave ran to where Paul was. Now, it's a little gray on how Paul and this man Ominous on the Inessus, I don't know exactly how to pronounce it, meet up, except for the fact that maybe he became into service with Paul somehow, looking to make a living somehow. Paul is confined, but he still has his people that are working with him. Um, And he hears of this slave who actually stole from his master and ran off. They become friends, and Paul converts him into a life of faith. Now, one of the things that we've talked about recently in Jesus' teaching is that um, if we wrong if we wrong someone, if we are in that scenario where we have put ourselves into debt somehow with somebody uh, by bad actions, is that there's a process to alleviate that. And in order to alleviate, or in order to be fully engaged in an abundant life with God, we need to find a way to alleviate those things in our life that are holding us away from others and from God. And so Paul tells the slave he has to go back and make this right. In fact, Paul even offers to pay whatever debt there is in order to square the deal with Philemon. And so the process goes on. You see how Paul is such a humble, unselfish, holy man. It's a courtesy for him to write this letter because it actually costs him. He doesn't gain anything out of it, but he feels in his heart that he is dealing with someone who has a changed heart, a changed life, and they need to get things right so they can go on with things. And so he writes this letter, and to be taken back, to be used to mend fences. And he tells the master of the house, whom had been stolen from, who had his man run from him, to receive, listen, to receive this man now as a brother in Christ, to receive him as a brother, not as a fugitive, not as a slave, but as a brother. Tremendous lesson about how our lives can be converted, can be changed, can be turned, can be enhanced, and we can live life more abundantly. But there are some steps that are involved, and there are some difficult things often that are involved in that, including admitting our mistakes, including maybe making restitution for some of the problems we've called others in our lives. But mostly it means we need to be converted in a way that our hearts are pure and true, so that we can live the most abundant life possible. And that's the story we get in a very short book uh, in the New Testament. All right, sounds good. We'll probably be moving on. Let's see, what's the next one? Hebrews, probably. We'll be moving on to that next week and kind of see what we find there. I am going to have a week, not next week, but the following week, that I am going to be away from the church for a while. I don't know if we'll have things that week or not. It kind of depends how this week goes with preparation and so forth. So if you don't see me in that week, don't worry. Maybe I'll put some best of up so that you can share in them. So blessings to you, and take good care of yourself. Watch out for others the best you can, and stay safe. Bye.